Hey, what's up, my guys, gals, and everyone in between? It's Chef Rodney here with another edition of the Daily Chronicles. Y'all, this is going to be take 2 on this episode. We tried some studio antics, and it didn't work out. Namely, I messed up the audio. That's my bad. So, luckily, we got the one, the only Cornell Fairley, the founder and grower of the Arrow Way. That's Lazy Pistols, y'all. If you don't know, now you know. Without any other further ado, we're going to step into it and find out what my man, the Extendomaster, is up to and what exactly is aeroponics. Here it is, y'all. The Daily Chronicles coming at your faces.
All right, proceed to smoke weed.
What's up, my tokers, jokers, and smokers? Welcome back to another edition of the Daily Chronicles with my man, the Extendomaster, aka Cornell Fairley. Yo, what's up, man? How you doing, baby?
What's up, Chef? How you doing, man?
I'm doing good, man. I see you got another Extendo prepared for take 2. Sorry about that.
You know, yes, take 1. You know, it didn't go so well. But it was okay, man. It was a great episode. Oh, yeah. We're gonna tap in and give them something else, man.
Oh yeah, so I'm actually gonna use that for some behind the scenes footage. Okay. So I've already, because I listened back to it. I was like, the audio I can't use, but like, I mean, I could probably scrub it up later. But it's good. It's good. It's raw.
Oh yeah, it's good. Hey, that was a great show, man.
Oh yeah,
that was a great show. Yes. But I am the founder of Lazy Pistols, the Arrow Way, Cornell Fairley, you know, no soil over here. You know, that's how we grow aeroponics. No soil at all, 100% no soil.
So explain to me first and foremost, like what that means. I mean, because some people are like, okay, I get it, but I don't get it. So it kind of hit me with that.
Absolutely. Well, aeroponics is... it's basically everything is controlled, an automatic system. It gives the atrium. It's called the atrium system, which is the aeroponic system, and you use that. It's a system that's suitable products, you know, that's sustainable for the grower, you know, and it grows in no soil. It allows the grower to if you will, focus in on the plant itself, and it's in enclosed chambers that allows the plant just to breathe and how it gets its photosynthesis. So it's just an enclosed chamber, and the roots just dangling off what we call the recipe, if you will, what they call it, the nutrients that's getting sprayed in a midst of intervals, if you will. At a matter of time per seconds. So that's what aeroponics is.
So it's growing without soil, basically.
Growing without
It's as simple as it sounds.
Yes. And with the, like I said, and with the Guardian system, with the Guardian manager, it allows the grower to really tap into the flavonoids, the THC, and the terpenes into the plant itself, which people really like.
Well, yeah, I mean, without terpenes, we wouldn't get that, you know, proverbial high that we all seek so often, because, you know, that's how it gets carried through the endocannabinoid system into our bodies.
Absolutely.
But I wonder though, okay, so let's say I'm not a first-time grower. Let's say I'm a grower, okay, cool, which I am. Convince me why I shouldn't use a living soil or any kind of soil versus aeroponics. Like, you know, like gun to my head, like what's the word?
Absolutely. First of all, the airway increases 40% to 50%. Increases the yield up to 40 to 50% as using cocoa.
Okay.
With that being said, in aeroponics, like I said, when the roots dangle and they get sprayed by this misting, as if you will, or if you will, call it your recipe,
right.
It allows the roots freely to dangle as if you was in soil. They don't have to fight for irrigation or oxygen or anything like that. And with the atrium system, like I said, once again, the airway, it allows the roots to dangle, and your roots can flow freely, and they can be in the same, they can have that same amount of space as they in the soil, but they don't have to fight for space or have to fight to find nutrients within the soil. That's why they dangle freely within the enclosed chamber where everything is automated. And with the sensors, it gives you that precise system. Yep. So it'll alert you if the irrigation going wrong, the HVAC, and like I said, it allows you to grow that specific strand and allows you to tune in and dial in on that.
I love that, dude. That's some sci-fi shit right there. Like real talk, like that's
the way it's growing, and like I said, and it's very sustainable. And I don't think it's like you are what you eat. You know, people want to know what they're consuming, what kind of cannabis medicine they're putting in their body. And with the atrium system, you'll be able to provide that.
That's what's up. Like that's pretty legit. Like, all right, check it out. So, okay, so we know what phytoremediation is. You know, that's basically fixing the soil. All right, cool. Let's say that we can't. If we can't, and the soil's absolutely fucked. Oh, by the way, I have your lighter. By the way, yeah, right. Come by the studio and you can get it. So, because I was like, I don't remember getting this one. But anyway, so say the soil's wrecked and we can't grow anything from the earth. Aeroponics is the way that it's going to have to be in the future. Absolutely. Not to mention, hang on a second. If we can build structures in the desert, on the desert, and keep them, you know, we can build structures there. We can do that. That's not hard. And then grow aeroponics in there. We can now grow. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
So we can feed the hungry.
Yeah.
You know, they just choose not to.
Absolutely. Hey. They just choose not to. They just choose not to, man.
Well, dude, I love it. I really think that, you know, there's a market for this. You know, I'm not saying there isn't.
Absolutely.
I really think that there's gonna soon be a necessity for this. I mean, let's face it, okay? And I wonder. Like, I would like to do a side-by-side case study of, like, Blue Dream grown traditionally and then Blue Dream grown aeroponically and see what the difference is.
Hey, listen, and you know what, that you said that. Let me read something to you, man.
Sure.
About the Blue Dream grown. This was a case study right here that I was reading on.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, it's about aeroponics being grown in the soil, and Blue Dream being grown in the soil too. It was side by side, and I want to find that study for you. We got a show, so I was just looking at that.
Yeah, right.
And I would love to talk to you about that too, Chef.
Oh, absolutely,
man.
Because I mean, it doesn't just stop at, you know, anything cannabis. It's all vegetables.
Absolutely.
All micro veggies and things of that nature. You know, you could grow. If we could do aeroponics, okay, in theory, we do aeroponics. Everybody likes that farm to table. Okay, so now restaurants could hire a gardener. You know, and that gardener or gardeners are responsible for growing the lettuce and growing the cabbage and growing the microgreens or whatever have you. So it becomes a sustainable. So I see the sustainability nature. I see the circle. People don't like change. That's what I'm going to tell you. Like, that's just what it is, dude. Like, I'm all aboard. I'm good with it. Like, it's fucking edgy. It's cool. It's scientific. I dig it. people fucking hate change. Real talk.
Changes everything, man. If you can adapt to change, and this is my thing, if you can build a foundation upon sustainability and build an ecosystem around that, man, that opens the gates for various opportunities within itself.
You know, and I asked this last time, and the same question still holds true. You know, at what point, because there's only so far that something can become actually like fully sustainable, 100%. Okay, so at what point does the system become carnivorous upon itself? You know, I mean, because there lies that inevitability in almost anything sustainable, okay? At what point in time does this, or what's the pros and what's the cons? You know, I'm sure that there's been case studies, and I'm sure that it says that all of this is absolutely great, when in reality, yes, it might be great, but it's stupid expensive still. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's not cost effective for our growers or whatever have you at this point in time. You know, projectively in 10, 15 years, yes, but I mean, let's face it. We're having, you know, home grows right now are legal in the state of Michigan, up to your 12 plants. That's it. Some caretakers can do more. We know this. We know these numbers. They're under attack, as a matter of fact. So it's kind of our job to fucking know them. Anyhow, I think it's definitely imperative to know of other ways to grow said medicine. You know, that's great, but some of these people growing can barely even afford their electric bills. You know, then again, don't use it during peak hours and da-da-da-da-da. We all know OG tricks, but the point here is, and then you got LED lights, and then you got this, and you got that. You know, aeroponically, I guess one of my next questions is this: aeroponically, do the lights still remain the same, or do you have to buy a different wattage of lights?
With the aeroponic system, it doesn't matter with the lights can favor you, but this is what I like about the system. It's very efficiency, and it's labor cost efficiency. It's I would say about 75. It'll cost. Hold on, let me see, because I just wrote this down right here. Yep, it'll cost 75% less labor than what you'll do growing in cocoa and soil, because everything is automated. If you can get like sensor, you know, you can manage a 45 grow tub by yourself easily, or even probably 120 grow tub by yourself. Yes.
Huh. I mean, I'm sure that like everything
would additionally take four growers 120 for 120 light cultivation.
Right. You know, and I would assume that everything top side of the plant, from, you know, the base of the plant on the top of the, so everything top side is probably just the same. Like, you lollipop it, you scrognet, everything's the same. It's just, it runs into a tank hydroponically, and that's when you run your water and your nutrients. Okay.
And with the dosing, that's what I'm saying. With that precision dosing, it gives you that precise, and it gives you, and with this system, you can do 6 harvests a year. 6 harvests a year using the sea of green. And with that micro dosing, it allows you, like I said, to tap into the plant itself. It allows you to focus in on the plant, free from pesticides. Don't have to worry about pathogens and all that. You know, 95, you say 95% of the water because of the dosing, 60% of the nutrients because of the dosing. Right. So,
yeah, dude, I mean, it sounds, so to me, and very comically, I might add, it kind of sounds like somebody had a hydro system set up, you know what I'm saying? And then they just let the water drain out. They're like, screw it, we'll just grow it with air, you know, or some shit like that. And I'm like, there's your $1 million idea, you know, and here we are. It wasn't so funny now, was it? No. I think that you got something there, man. You know, I think that it's going to be huge. I know people are going to chomp it up at the bit, you know, and I think that it's going to go really far. But what we want to know is your answer to the 5 dubs. 5 dubs. That's our jam. That's our jam right there. So real quick, what we're going to do is we're going to kick it to a real quick commercial break from ResRid, y'all. We'll be right back after these messages. ResRid. That's resurrect.com. If you smoke out of dirty glass, you're an ass. I came up with that Dr. Seuss moment off the cuff of my head, or whatever they say. But we're back, man. We're back. Okay, we're back. We're real. My man, the Extendomaster.
Know it.
All right, so this first dub is all about where you started cannabis-wise, like your first time ever smoking weed, your first time ever getting high. Give it to us, man. Give it to us raw. Give it to us real. Like, what happened?
My brother, man, Cornell Fairley, the one and only, man. He was the rebel. Came from ooh, that live resin.
Yeah. Got you, didn't it?
Yeah, I came from a family of 5, man, and I got 3 sisters, and I got one older brother, a set of twins, and yeah, man, my older brother, he was the rebellious one. Didn't want to listen to my mom. You know that.
Yeah.
I was always playing basketball, and one day he was like, "Man, come out and hoop." And I hooped with him, all our boys together, and we got finished hooping, man. And he said, I got something, man. I got something that'll enhance your skills. I said, ain't nothing. It's nothing that can enhance. What, working out? What you will be working out? Like, no, man. I got something better than that. I said, nothing enhance your skills. Which it does. It didn't do nothing for me, but make me want to dive deeper into the plant, which I did, and he introduced me to cannabis, the medicine. My brother said it can't kill you. This is one of the best things that God ever created. And ever since then, man, I always thought my brother was the bad child. Every time I hung out with my brother, I basically got in trouble.
I mean, he knew it. He was like, yo, I need a patsy.
And he the same way now, man. That's why I go a different way. I got kids. He don't got no kids still to this day. So, yeah, that's where I first started diving deep into cannabis medicine. I was about, it was after high school, too. I was about 21, man. Yep.
I dig that, dude. I dig that. So, like, your first time, did you get high?
Stone. I mean, the first time when you get high, when you just sitting there and then your boys, they laugh at you because you don't know what you smoking, but they do. He told me at the time.
Yo, no. More to that point. Yo, you remember when, like, we were those people, though? We kind of came over like, yo, we're going to tell him that shit's just going to, like, yo, you shouldn't have smoked that. We're going to psych him out. Every single and it works, too. And it works. That's the fucked up part, because it's like, yo, that tickle in the back of your throat, and it's just resin. It's not a big deal. It happens. You're like, yo, not this strain, no. Not this strain. Until that dissolves, you were fucked. And then they'll start fucking with you or some shit, and you're like, can you not? Like, just let me be baked and stare at the grass. Fuck off. You know what I mean? But that's cool, because like the last person that we were talking to, my buddy Judah, that was just on the show, he smoked twice, and then finally he got high. You know what I'm saying? So it was like a lot of people, and that's why I ask. I wonder, back in the day, do you think that DARE was effective, or do you think that it actually inevitably pushed us closer to wanting to try and smoke weed? You feel me?
Man,
that's a good question.
That dare fucks me up into this day. All honesty, Big Chef. Man, I don't. How can you push something and you know what I'm saying? And some of the people weren't even truthful about it, the push of the deal.
Somebody said that DARE, I've heard DARE, drugs are really expensive. We heard that, we've all heard that. But somebody said that drugs alter reality exceptionally is what DARE stands for. And I was like, hang on. They're not wrong. They're reaching. That's a lot. But they're not wrong. They're not wrong. I mean, you got psychedelics coming in soon after, cannabis and a lot of states, Michigan being one of them, and get it. You know what I'm saying? They've been proven to help mental health. Then why aren't we funding this? You feel me? Like, that's the thing. Like, that's, if you can smoke a joint and run a, win a medal, you deserve two. When I smoke a joint, I ain't wanting to do a lot. I'll do something, but I ain't wanting to do a lot. But that's just my, it's my turn down,
I work out. I run 4 miles every other day.
Well, that's the truth. That's the truth. I don't know. I get exhausted hearing that. No, I'm kidding. No, I'm kidding. I haven't ran in a while, but at the same time, like, I've been busy, and I'm trying to get to that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but you got to create that schedule, so I've got to basically catch up to my schedule, if that makes any sense, I got some COVID weight I could lose. I mean, whoops, but at the same time, I'm not used to being this sedentary in my life. I'm not, I did a lot of office work and shit like that, but only what I couldn't push off on the sous chef or the manager at the time, you know what I mean? Yeah. So it is what it is. And don't lie and say you wouldn't do it, because all of you would, and you fucking know that. But that's the truth of it, and I really kind of want to know the period at the end of the sentence there, your first time. Why did you do it? Did you believe that it was going to be this, this magical touch from the Space Jam basketball, to get the talents, or what was going through your head?
And I thought that shit was going to really fuck me up. I ain't going to lie to you. And I thought for a minute, man, after you the first time, I sat there, because I felt like high, like I was, like different, like damn, right. Like I ain't doing this shit no more.
It's like, nah, one and done, man, one and done. Yo, listen, I look at it this way, like, if you hit me up and you're like, bro, I do a little blow here and then, I'm like, you probably shouldn't. Don't do it around me. That's what I'll say, and they're like, yo, I drink. Get it, that's fine. They're like, yo, I smoke weed. Yo, let's blaze. You're like, let's do some shrooms. What do I got to do tomorrow? You know what I mean? Like, hang on. Like, I'm not going to say no just yet. But, like, at the same time, it's like, as long as it's not heroin or meth or some shit, because don't even bring that around me. Like, ain't nobody want that shit.
Exactly. Then they always saying, hey, man, this can't kill you. The only thing you're going to do is go to sleep or get the fucking munchies, dude.
Exactly. Hungry, happy, sleepy.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it. And then when I found out about sativa and how it just make me come up and create projects, and it just it puts me on a higher platform, and the cannabis medicine really needs to come to the front for it, man. And it is.
Oh, absolutely. I think that. Well, it used to be a medicine. It used to be it still was. Marinol has been legal this entire time, and it's been owned by pharmaceutical companies and government, patents, and then however far else the conspiracy theorist wants to take that. The point is, Marinol has been legal this entire time. It's a form. I want to say it was I think it was anti-inflammatory or as a pain reliever or one of the things, but Marinol is cannabis. Okay. That being said, what if they actually funded this shit instead of making it, bastardizing it and making it illegal? The leaps and bounds, the lives that would have been saved.
Hey, listen, but I was just reading something, Chef, that they were saying that when they legalize, I guess, cannabis, they're going to put it in a category with tobacco and vapes.
So you're right, and I've heard this on the food service because, well, a lot of people in the normal, what we call the normies, a lot of people in just regular restaurants have been complaining of people smelling like marijuana. Ain't nobody I know smoking weed in buildings. They allegedly got reports. They can't kick them out. I mean, that's the thing, because there's no law. So here it is. Basically, it happened once. They heard about it. Somebody very high up bitched, and they got to do something about it. I personally sat down with the state rep and was like, that's not based off of weed. That's not true. Let's do something about that. And so we had a conversation. All of their statutes were based off of archaic and outdated information on tobacco. I'm telling you, statistics based off of, and get this shit, 1998. I mean, they just revamped them. That was, what I mean to say is before that was like 1998. But remember when they said no smoking in restaurants? That's when they revamped them. So I don't remember what year that is. But before that, it was what, almost 2 decades?
2 decades.
You know what I'm saying? Right. And still they're selling cigarettes all over. Never mind that. So it's interesting that these things that can kill you, they had no problem with. this thing that saves your life, they're like, you can't have that. I'm sorry, that's not the America I want to be in.
Alcohol gets no.
It is though, Listen, the silver lining to alcohol, there really isn't one. You're gonna get all emotional. You're gonna do something fucking stupid. Your body wants to expel it the moment that it's in. That's why it's hard to. It's. I have to give it to drinkers. It's hard to drink. I used to be one. I miss the feeling that it used to give me, but at the same time, I didn't miss who I was. So that makes that severance a little easier. If you're a drinker, dude, get it. That's fine. Get it. Do your thing. If you want to have a couple cocktails and then you stop, I'm not going to brush up on that. Just know that if you buy me a drink, I'm going to have to decline. But I'll take a soda pop. You got a soda pop? I'll take some. It's got weed in it. Let's put some weed in it. I got options. Fuck you. Give me some Kool-Aid. Let's do this. I ain't going to say no to literally almost anything as long as it doesn't have booze in it. Yep. Or it's piss. I'm not drinking piss either. But the point because I could see someone and be like, hey, I just made that. You said you wouldn't drink alcohol. That's surely alcohol free. Assholes. Somebody out there is thinking that right now. They're like, what if I... No. Those dick asses. But anyways, no, I digress. Just because I don't drink doesn't mean that people can't. That's what I'm saying. Just because I smoke weed doesn't mean that people have to. Right. I'm just saying that, dude, alcohol's done a lot more harm to me than cannabis has.
Absolutely,
ever.
Chef. Absolutely. That's the point I'm making.
Mm-hmm. And so it's. Body. Oh yeah, and that's my point. So you want to? Okay, so let me prove to you that all of that is true. Let me prove. The reason that you fail a piss test, but you can pass a drinking test. So people get tested once a week for drinking if they're on probation. People will go out and party and then, water, and then pass a drug test and then party. That's how they fucking do it. You think these people are not drinking? Horseshit. They're just playing the system. I used to. Not the point. With weed, you can't do that. You want to know why? Because your body tries to hang on to those endocannabinoids because it needs them. You see what I'm saying? Think about it. And so it only makes sense. And then if you're like, if that's the case, and then you go down this, very merry, yellow brick road of, this entanglement of this conspiracy theory that is cannabis and marijuana over the years and good luck. It's very complex, but at the same time, what matters is here and now. You know what I mean?
Yes, now.
I mean, too many people have been fighting for this, and too many people have been dying from this, and too many people have been arrested for it. Too many people are in jail right now because of a plant that's considered essential. Yeah. Come the fuck on. Are you serious? The fact that people are still serving sentences right now is beyond me. Shout out Last Prisoner Project. They're killing it, man. They're killing it.
Yes, sir. And I do donate to them. Yes, sir. I was gonna put my hat on. I couldn't find it.
It's all good, man. It's all good. I've seen the hat.
Yeah,
it exists.
Boys.
Yeah. But that's the truth of it, though. And truth or not, we have to deal with life as it comes towards us, and in that, I think that we should find a little nobility. Speaking of which, that said nobility is the Noble Road ad. We're going to pop away real quick to talk to some Noble Road, or to look at some Noble Road products that are hitting the stage. Actually, I think these ones are the old ones, but we're going to check them out, and they're dope as hell. NobleRoad.com, yo.
panic, and I got sick, and I threw up in front of the bag of the groceries. Nothing but weed. You can smell it all on me. It was, yeah, man. It was bad. They said I panicked because I thought everybody was looking at me, knew I was high. Just, I don't know, the stomach wasn't sitting well with me. It was bad, man. I told him, like, I'm not smoking weed with y'all no more. I don't know. I thought they put something in it.
This shit turned on me. This shit turned on me.
Turned on me.
Get a fucking devil. No, man.
Experience, you gotta have one. And I talk about that all the time. Every time I see him, like, man, that was a bad experience, man. I had my head out the window. Man, it was bad. Ooh. Yeah.
So I've got this story that it's pretty bad. And I wanted to tell it to you the other night, but I forgot. And I was like, yo, I gotta tell him this because it's pretty fucked up. And I've talked about it on the show like earlier in like the first season and stuff like that when we first started doing this. But all right, so back in high school, I wasn't a nice person. I wasn't. I mean, let's face it. Like, I really didn't care. Like, I was just gonna cook the rest of my life. Like, let's hurry up and pay taxes. Is really where my head was at. And I couldn't wait to be 18. Fuck the world, anarchy, da 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 da. I still love anarchy, but not in the same sense. It didn't mean what it meant something different back then. But we learn and grow. That's what we're supposed to do. So back in high school, I had some of my culinary buddies, Mike and Coulter. Well, we were planning, this party after school. Like, hey man, yeah, you go get this, you go get that, like da 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 da. We couldn't find any weed. Couldn't find any weed. And I was like, fuck, man, like this is gonna suck. like straight up, this is gonna suck. Like, I don't want to do this. Like, nah. They're like, but we got beer and everything. It's like, we can have everything you want covered. That's fine. I ain't coming. Fuck it. Like, that was me. Franco, this kid that nobody really likes, like, comes up out of nowhere and goes, yo, y'all need some weed? I got you. He's like, I'll come by. I'll come to the party. We're like, no, fuck. Too late now. Franco's out the door. Gone. Like, this kid's the most excited. He's got his one shot. And I know he's gonna take it because I've heard him play that fucking song by Eminem from 8 Mile 95 goddamn times. So this kid's is a walking wreck at this point. So we're hoping he doesn't remember where Coulter lived. Okay. So this is back when, like, cell phones, you couldn't do picture messaging. Like, what was that? You know what I'm saying? Like, the phones were like the Kyocera Raves, man, with the flashlight on it and shit. Or like the Nextel Chirp. Like, I had one of those.
Where you at?
Where you at? Right here. You always have to do that. But no, that's the point. Like, we didn't have picture messaging. We didn't have this. This was the thing in the Fifth Element. This shit's coming true, but at the same time, like, yo, we didn't have that. You know what I mean? Like, if you wanted a video message, well, you didn't really get one. No, no, dial-up internet, y'all. Anyways, so Franco apparently calls Coulter, and Coulter told him the address. I was like, bro, I would have rather not had weed, but da 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 da. Right. So Franco shows up. Right. Homeboy brought like an ounce and a half. I don't think he weighed it because he didn't know what he had. He's like, yeah, dude, my brother just said it was like $25 and we're straight. And I'm like, shut up. He's like, you know what? Don't even worry about it. I was like, okay, Franco, you can party with us. You know what I'm saying? Franco, you can do whatever the fuck you want. Just fuck off over there. Like, I was cool with it. Coulter wasn't. So Franco didn't really know when to not hit on girls and things of that nature, and he made some advances that he didn't really see as flirting, but Coulter's girlfriend did. So he pulled her aside to talk to her, and get a couple drinks and a couple of teenagers, and get a half a joint in there, and something's gonna happen. Fellatio is what we're talking about here, and so At the same time that we know that that's happening, Franco's trying to fall asleep because he smoked himself out. A couple beers, he's dozing, and he's like, "Hey man, can I get a pillow?" So he goes over to the same bedroom where you can clearly hear what's going on, right? And he pounds on the door like 40 times, and we're like, "Yo, he's gonna open it up and he's gonna dong you in the face, dude. Like that's what's gonna happen." He's like, "I'll get you a pillow. Hang on." All right, cool. We see him hand him the pillow, and he walks and he goes to sleep, and that's all. That was it. That's all she wrote, right? I was like, wait a minute, hang on, something ain't right, and we went to bed. Next morning, it was a Saturday morning. Nobody ain't got shit to do. I didn't have to work till the afternoon, and so we're gonna smoke and go home. And so we're all rolling up joints and stuff, and we didn't really want Franco to stick around. We wanted him to go, just go. You know what I mean? Like, we don't care. Coulter was back in the bedroom again, and apparently Franco had left something, or we don't know. I don't know why, but for some reason Franco was pounding on the door. Okay. And then Coulter's like, "Dude, hang on a minute. I'll roll you a joint. Hang on a second." And then he shuts the door. We're like, the weed's out here, though. Franco didn't realize this. So he comes out with his joint. Franco, yo, check this out. And I'm like, I ain't smelling that. Coulter shaved off some of his pubes and rolled it up. Okay. Not even joking. I wish I didn't witness this. But homeboy then proceeds to convince me, hang on, because I rolled one up too, and I'm like, "Hey man, you smoke that, we'll smoke this." He's like, "All right, yeah man, I appreciate you guys giving me this whole doobie to myself." We're like, "No problem, man. One man's sacrifice is another man's pleasure, right? Cool." And he's like, "Yeah." I was like, "Yep. We all have to go through puberty at some point in time." He's like, "Yeah, that doesn't really make any sense." I was like, "Not yet." So my buddy and Mike and I proceed to smoke this joint, and we're getting baked, and he's over there, "This is some good shit. It's so harsh." And we're like, "Just keep puffing, dog. Just keep going." That's when we noticed that there was white flaky things in his eye and his facial hair and his hair. There was dried cum all over that pillow. And we were like, "Are you what?" We thought it was slime. We thought like he drooled and da. Nah, dude, it was man gravy. As disgusting as that is, we were like, "Hang on a minute, what did you do?" So he takes us back in time, if you will. He goes, "Remember last night when you kept pounding on the door?" "Yeah, I was trying to, to get laid, and it wasn't happening. And so finally, like, I didn't have any work. Like, I wanted to get back at him, okay? I thought he'd realize it and leave last night." I was like, "He did not, and he didn't, and this is your fault." He's like, "So when he didn't leave and he wanted a joint from me, I, gave him a special one." I'm like, "Shut up." And he shows me the patch. I was like, "Dude, seriously?" He's like, "Yeah, it's hilarious, isn't it?" I was like, "It's not." Dude, it's terrible, but at the same time, I feel bad. I feel bad. That's crazy. That's some crazy shit. I really hope that Franco is like a millionaire now. The kid deserves it. Don't ever do that to people, y'all. That's not okay. That's very toxic behavior. I don't condone that to anybody, but it did happen in my past. I don't do those things. Obviously, I don't condone them. Blah, 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 but it was disgusting and wrong. Listen, when you cock block a 16-year-old boy, and he's got a couple beers in him, you shouldn't be drinking anyways, but that's not the point.
Exactly.
That's not the point. You couldn't tell us back then. You couldn't tell it, all right?
Hell no.
You try and cockblock somebody like that, it ain't gonna work. They're gonna go out with some crafty ways to piss you off. And they're gonna remember that shit too, The only thing worse than cockblocking a person that's on a mission is having sex in their car and them not knowing about it.
Yeah.
That's pretty fucked up. And that happened to me, and they're like, "Why are you mad?" Okay, because you had sex in my car. I own that car. How did you get in my car? Like, that's the bigger issue here. You understand? Like, Yo, I needed so much more weed growing up, I'll be honest with you. But real quick, before we get to the planned dubs, man, the last section, I wanted to circle back on something because we talked about, family, we talked about cannabis and things of that nature and curing. Would you or wouldn't you agree that it would be okay, ethically, morally, and medically for adults to take CBD?
Absolutely.
Okay. As long as it's non-psychoactive, I figure it's probably okay.
And you said that right, and I said, just from my perspective, THC is the psychoactive part, and like you said, CBD is non-psychoactive, and CBD directly heals the gut, and it produces a substance called Claudin-1 that heals the gut directly. So why not?
Yeah, I look at it this way. You have women in their hormonal periods and things of that nature. They're adjusting, and I think that overall, it's better than Adderall. It's better than a lot of these pain pills that they're pushing down kids' throats and stuff. And it's, you want to talk about letting kids just be kids? Like, yo, how are you going to let a kid just be a kid when he's zonked out in Adderall? Or whatever have you, Ritalin or whatever, Zoloft.
Yeah, or you got them on Ritalin.
Zoloft, Ambien, Lunesta. Bro, I shit you not. I had a homeboy in high school. He overdosed on prescription medication because they told him it was okay to take it, and he did.
Wow.
Yeah, he didn't make it. And this was right after high school. Literally, I just saw his kid. You know what I mean? It was devastating. He loved weed. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Every time he saw his kid, he had a Grateful Dead shirt or or something like that. That kid was he was wild.
That makes me sad. It really gets to me, man, because we need to educate our people, man, and the more we do that, the more that we can prevent that right there. Right there, we could prevent that. Absolutely.
Oh yeah. And it's all about educating against the so-called stigma and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Absolutely. So it's trying to get rid of the falsities that they've created to hide behind X, Y, and Z. We'll get there, man. One step at a time. We'll get there. We'll trudge along. I mean, these conversations are meant to be had over a few extendos, if you will.
Oh, yeah.
Speaking of conversations to be had, we're going to jump out and say what's up to Pigfish Dimag. Yeah, you guys, the newest issue's out. Let's get it. If you want one, hit me up, pigfishdimag.com. After these messages, we'll be right back, y'all. That's Pigfish Dimag. Go get the new edition. It's pretty baller. I dare you. You'll see what I mean when you pick it up.
Yeah, it do.
Now,
it do.
We had that last dub. It's called the planned dub. Now this section, man, this is for all the marbles. I'm kidding. There's no marbles. I actually do need some marbles, but we know where you started. So we know, where you came from.
Oh, yeah.
We know how you medicate. All right. We know what happened when you hit that bong, you ain't know. All right. But we don't know where you're going from here. Right. And I think that's one of the best ways to, kind of realize how, where a person's going in life and things of that nature is to ask them some hypothetical questions. I mean, let's face it. Everything hypothetically can be answered. So I want to know, man, yo, dead or alive, who would you smoke weed with and why?
Oh, we did this before, man. Let me take this down. This is who I smoke weed with.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I got this man right here.
Bob Marley.
Yeah. I smoke weed with him, man. That's number one guy I smoke.
Number one.
Right there. Because of, like I said, and I was smoking in Jamaica.
Yep.
And I'll smoke it, the strand that he have, because I know it'll be very powerful. It'll be some good shit. And I asked him, can I roll an extendo of it up too? Just because I know he'll give me some real good knowledge to put on the brain. You know,
right.
that, you know, that'll take me a long way. That's why
I feel that.
That's why I picked Bob.
I feel that, man. Now, I know you hit me with an Alive too, didn't you? Back when you were at the studio. I don't remember who it was. Who was it?
Alive right now. Oh, yeah. This is gonna happen. Alive, I'm gonna smoke with Snoop and extend.
That's what it is. Yup.
Yup. Snoop. That's always been my smoke MO.
Get it, man.
How you move, I love everything about him, man. And I'm gonna smoke with him. The more and more I keep reaching my pinnacle at the top, I'm gonna be there. He gonna be with me.
I think that it was my mom used to love Snoop Dogg. Like, she'd be like, listen to that Snoopy Dogg. I'm like, you should not say that ever in your life, ever. I was like, Mom, if he heard you say that, you get away with it, but not because he wants to. Like you ain't gonna be happy. No, but she's like, oh, turn it up. It's Snoopy Dogg. And I'm like, if you say that again, you don't get to listen to music. We will buy you earplugs. Let's just, everybody knows gin and juice. Let's just say that, you know, and that's what it is, you know, and then he's got other hits out there, but everybody knows gin and juice. And my mom, yep. She's like, what does he mean by swinging his hair? I was like, you have to see the music video. She's like, what is, never mind. Never mind. Just, nope. And so I love my mom, but, you know, it is what it is. I'm just kind of glad that he never heard her say Snoopy Dogg, I guess. No, he'd have loved that. They got along great. My mom was just more of a pissed off version of Martha Stewart, so they'd have been fine. You know what I mean? So that works out great.
It would have been fine.
It'd have been fine. No, she'd have been like, let me cook you something, you know, some collard greens or some shit, fucking bacon fat, doing it the right way. Like, shit. I learned how to make that shit. There's the right way. There's other ways are wrong. You know, but anyway, I feel that, man, you should put that out there, you know, definitely be like, yo, let's smoke with Snoop, because I feel like
absolutely. And then I know Snoop Dogg will come to Michigan. I was from the Airway, and he will bless me with one of his Snoop strands that I can bring to Michigan, that I can grow.
I wouldn't call it a strand, I'd call it a strain, but no, I got you. I got you. But no, dude, I like that, you know. If I had to pick between the two, and I don't think that I would be, I don't think that it would be a bad thing, but I'd probably pick Marley. Like, Snoop, you know, mad respect out there. Yeah, I'd love to smoke with him, but like, real talk, he would pick Marley as well. Like, it's not even a question. Like, it's that's the thing, you know, Ja bless, you know, one bless, like one love. But it's just like, I love that, and you know, I feel that like they would love, you know, me in their presence too, even if I wasn't Rasta, you know, and they would respect that. They would ask me, they would have questions, but I was like, listen, I'm just a traveler, and they'd be like, all right, but smoke this first, you know what I mean? I'm like, we ain't traveling tonight, we ain't doing fuck all. Like, we gonna sit here and smoke some weed, that's what we're gonna do. But, you know, I digress. Sorry. It baffles me that, you know, somebody would automatically go straight to Bob Marley, which I shouldn't say it should baffle me, but the reasons behind it baffle me, because everybody has a different reason, but at the end of the day, like, it's kind of the same, but everybody tries to come up with a different reason. So I guess I'm kind of curious, like, what is your reason? Like, why would you want to smoke with Bob Marley?
I would want to smoke with Bob. I would want to smoke with him because he was for the people, man, and he was for our rights.
Okay.
I would want to know more. I would like to dive deep, more in depth, in why, and why did he feel that way, and where did, and you know, what made him, or what caused him, you know, to come, you know, basically to the plant. You know, where did it come from on his side? You know what I'm saying? You know, I would love to know that, man. And the more I dive deep, I'm gonna try to do some research myself here about that.
Absolutely.
People, man.
you had any question to ask Bob Marley, y'all smoking, you could ask him a question, but it can't be weed related. Mm-hmm. Okay, what are you asking Bob Marley?
I will ask him, as an entrepreneur, how could I impact the world?
Okay. Do you think that he would
impacting the world as an entrepreneur, Bob Marley?
I think Marley would be like, well, do you exist? Then you're impacting the world. Your existence impacts the world. I think that's something that he would say, and kind of elaborate off of that. And I don't say that as trying to answer the question. I just say that as trying to see the question. Mm-hmm. And that's what it's about. It's exactly imagination, but no.
Yes. Very far, baby.
Exactly, but at the same time, I feel that, real talk though, those are some pretty solid people to smoke with. Obviously the whys, I guess, are kind of apparent there, but you got to ask him a question, non-cannabis related. You feel me? What is it though? You feel me? Like it's like, you can't just pick one, because one's going to lead into another, but you got one and done, and so it's just like, fuck, what do you ask him then? You got one shot, you got one question. Bob Marley, he's alive, came back from the dead, you're smoking with him in Jamaica, you get to ask him this question, he gets to answer you, and then he's gone. That's heavy.
That's heavy. I soak it all in at one time too. I'll make sure. Listen, so you gotta listen precisely too when he talks.
I'd probably say something stupid though, like, "Yo, are there vampires in Jamaica?" Like, just some dumb shit. You know what I mean? Just by accident. Just like, no, can I redo that? Fuck. And he's gone. Fuck.
I ask him, what's the perpetual cycle in the life of growth, or how to reach that perpetual cycle in the life of growth, like, how to reach a pinnacle, because he was a very intelligent guy. So
yeah, I would probably ask him and be like, hey man, real quick question. I'd be like, hey, so can you explain to me what beauty pageants are for kids and why they're not creepy? Because they're pretty fucking creepy, and I don't see a real reason for them. I don't get it. Like, it just, can you riddle me? Can you tell me that? Like, you've been up there, you've met your makers, you've sat at the 27, table. Can you answer that for me? Can we at least get yes? Can we not do that anymore? Like, that just weirds me out. It always has though. You know why? Real talk. The whole JonBenet Ramsey thing. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
It was all over the news, and the killers, and then the parents, and then, Colorado, and da-da-da-da-da. Ever since seeing that, I never really knew that beauty pageants existed, because it really wasn't in my world as a 7-year-old. But then you see that on the TV, really? And you're like, why is she dressed up like a doll? Or why is, like, what's going on? And then you don't understand it as a kid. You see about it, right. You see that there, whatever, da 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 da, and then, like, you don't see the dark side of it. You don't see the psychological torment of these kids. You don't see that the perversion. I mean, there is. Let's face it. It's creepy. There's it's creepy. Let's not do that. Nobody should gallivant your kids like that. Real talk. You disagree? You disagree. It is what it is. But at the same time, I would be asking Bob Marley, yeah, real talk. I'm trying to leave a better kids for our planet here, and I'm sure you can agree with that. And I can sure it ain't coming from no beauty pageant like that. You understand? It ain't coming from that. Real talk. That's a lot of trauma coming from that, a lot of toxicity. And he'd probably be like, yeah. And I'm like, so you confirm that they're wrong? And he's like, I can't. And then I fade away. And so it's like, fuck. I don't know. Maybe I should have just stuck with the vampires in Jamaica question. That's welcome to my life. But I digress, man. I'm sorry.
True, man.
But, I look at it this way, man, like, we learned where you came from. We learned kind of where you're going, while you're going, you know, what you're doing. We've learned that clearly you can grow weed without dirt, so that's pretty cool. You know,
way, baby.
I wonder if there's like a gel you can do now. Like, you know what I mean? Like, plop your stuff into like this gel. They got them. They got them for everything. Ballistic. You telling me you can't synthesize a gel made of nutrients that you just stick your plants in and then just let it grow? Come on, you ain't gotta water that shit. I mean, even if you do water it,
that's something to think about.
I probably just ran my mouth and somebody's like writing this shit down. Like, yo, he just made me a milli. I don't know him shit. But that's the thing though, cause like, yo, real talk. Okay, check this. Ant hills. Or ant farms, they're not in dirt, they're in like that fake shit that you can see through, you know what I'm saying, that gel stuff. All right, they live. Are you telling me we can't make nutrients like that I'm telling you, it can be done. It can be done.
Something to think about. That's something to think about. Something to think about, Chef Rod.
Just don't use spray foam and we're fine. You know what I mean? But no, man, I appreciate having you on, dude. Like, I'm glad that nothing broke this time. I'm glad that we got through all of the dubs and we got through all of the show. Y'all check it out. LazyPistolsWithAZ.com.
Yes.
If you don't know, now you know.
Now you know. The arrow,
now you know.
Man.
That's my man, the Extendomaster. Yo, real quick. So when you're rolling your extendos, I noticed that they look like blunts. They're not really blunts, are they? You're using those hemp wraps, aren't you?
Two together.
Yup. I used to roll 2 paper joints. I got in trouble.
I need to find one where I'm gonna start. I'm gonna come up with a method. Just one extendo come in a pack. Just one extendo in a pack for me. Just pull it out and light it. I don't even want to roll it no more. I need somebody to roll them for me. My professional roller.
There you go.
The extendo roller.
There you go. Well, you can't be. Well, hang on though, because if somebody else is rolling your extendos, you can't be the extendo master.
Well, I will pass it off. I will pass.
That's the extendo torch. Like, here you go. So I got this buddy. He taught me how to roll a joint, like a roll a coin. Like, I could do a 2-pile technique. I could do it looking like a cigarette. It wasn't the greatest. I could bust it out, but now I can really like just bust it out. Like, I roll cannons, and he showed me how to do that. And he was like, "Yo, if you ever want to hire me to just roll joints at anything that you do, let me know." I was like, shut up. Because I will. Like, real talk, I will, real quick. Because, yo, though, you would kill it, though. You would kill it. Because if you were like, hey, check it out. If you leave that bag, I'll roll that whole thing. I just asked for, like, a $5 tip. You see what I'm saying? And, like, boom, just tip jar. Just tip jar. Just, people walk by you. They didn't even get anything from you. Just throw money. That's the thing. Just put you out a tip jar. Don't say shit. Roll up your shit. Make sure that you ain't pinching nothing. You know, be legit. Like, some people won't, but I gotta say it. You know, honestly, it's 2021.
Get you a long way.
Oh yeah, and that's my point. Like,
it is too.
Even at that, like, people, they'll throw it on $20. You roll them 3 or 4 joints. Like, real talk. I would gladly throw it on $20. You fucking roll me 3 or 4 joints. That's my point. Like, you're saving me a little bit of time, but at the same time, I enjoy doing it, dude. It's I don't want to say freebasing, but freebasing. It's just knowing that I need to gather my materials and kind of, you know, and do this, you know, execute this method. And it's just like cooking. I mean, and then there are some side effects that, you know, hungry, happy, sleepy. But yeah, you guys check it out, girls, everyone. LazyPistolsWithAZ.com. My man, Cornell Fairley. Yes, I'm saying that right? Yeah. The owner and grower here with the Arrow Way.
Yes.
My man, the Extendomaster. Love it, love it, love it. All right, y'all. This has been another episode of the Daily Chronicles. My tokers, my jokers, and my smokers. Take it easy, take it sleazy. Either way, just stay breezy. I'll see y'all on the flip. Everybody be good, yeah? Peace.
Check. And make sure it sound right, boys.
done it all in the background. Moving, dancing, drinking, not talking. Now I think I'm ready to get out of that background with the new voice box I got from Walmart. Works great from the background all the way to the foreground of film. Let's go. Here's some of my acting emotions that I think I was talking to you about earlier. Here's me happy. So what's this joyous news I hear? Oh, Grandma's not responding. Oh, well, you better cash in on that insurance policy. Here's me angry. Jordan took a bite out of it. I can't just take this beef, cut it, take the extractor remains from your word hole, and then sell it to a new customer. Now can I? Here's me sad. Ketchup on the burger.
What in the name of Poseidon's boots are you talking about? This is an audition for a taxi cab?
Oh, for burgers and ketchup.
Next!
Here's me after a month-long drug, booze, and burrito binge. Ugh. I'm a character actor, meaning I play characters on movies and TV shows, probably. So if I put 2 and 2 together, it's not 5, meaning I can be a character actor. So the next time you need a hobo, spare change for old Albert, sir. A drug dealer.
Hey Holmes, I got that Jaja from Lake Titicaca.
Or a serial killer for your next unionized gig.
I'm gonna be your serial killer today. I stabbed it. It hasn't come out yet. Where am I supposed to look?
Call me up and I'll kill the performance. Get it? Serial killer? Never mind. Yeah, just call me for the next video production or, you know, your next production there, bud. All right.
What the fuck are you doing in my house? What is going? Where did you get in here?
You won't be disappointed.
How are you here?
This is not my
Get out!
Gotta go. Bye.
And dear Patrick, please pay by this or break your legs by the 30th. Oh hey, you made it to the back of the video. That is awesome. So make sure to like it, subscribe to it, so you stay chained to it. Now, I'm gonna go pay off some debt that I don't know, or my legs get broken. It's like the papers. You can to the forest. Looking left and right, nails in his hands.
Yeah, hello?
Greetings,
Where is he?
We can't have him like you said, and then we just drop
Well,
him.
he's a star of our new review line, and I need him here, so...
You're a fucking important.
Hey, never mind, Paul. I found him. He's here. Making a bunch of racket.
My name is Paul. In 1997.
Hello, Mr. Flynn.
Fuck is Mr. Finn? You fucking assaulted me? Huh?
No, Albert.
Well, fucking ain't no why are you two feeling, dick? How the fuck I get here?
I don't know why I'm holding this. Funny story about that. Production van came, kidnapped you, because you never want to fucking cooperate every time we have to make a video, because I own you, right? So let's get this review on the line and get this train wreck fucking moving, okay? Get to it.
Where's my fucking shoes?
Well, there's a hot turkey sandwich in it for you if you shut the fuck up and just do what I tell you to review.
I don't know how to renew shit for you, fucking little shit bitch. No, you go fucking take a shit, you little bitch.
You'll get food.
Oh, why didn't you tell Albert Flinner that? Man, I'll get some turkey. I need food, I'm hungry.
You got to review this wine. I can see you already have a bottle of liquor with you, but I need your judgment for this.
Fucking, you got a wizard or something? You're a fucking leprechaun.
Yes, Al.
Wallaroo? Is this a bottle of fucking water?
No, Albert. No.
Yeah. You want my thoughts on Wallaroo? Wallaroo Trail?
Yes, Al.
Wine? This fucking cunt. You want me to... Shires? I didn't know that guy in jail.
blend vines from Australia and Canada.
I don't know why they picked him up. They said he was only 6 out of 10 drunk. I don't know why he was being like this. He's just going on and on.
Here's a little story of a walroo. Halfway between a walroo and a kangaroo is often found in vineyards of Austria. The Austrians have a kangaroo. Stop, baby.
It's Australia, Al. Just so you know.
Probably gonna try it out, maybe though. I fucking hate wine.
Just drink it and tell us what you freaking think, man.
Read the rest, so we're gonna have a little taste. We'll smell it. We're all out of winter.
How can this guy drink liquor and wine all at once? What's he doing?
Not bad, actually. Premium. A little swick, shut the fuck up. That's not for me. I don't know wine.
Well, that went way better than I expected. And like, oh, what are you doing? What are you doing? Hey, Al, Albert!
Greetings, Fly.
Yeah, Paula?
It's Paul.
Al's out again.
I'm busy, Kate.
I don't fucking care about that. Get Big Steve. He's the only guy that can pick him up.
Big Steve's
Or
not...
get another fucking person for me so I can lift him up and get him the fuck out of here, please. We'll throw him back out on the street. We'll hook up with him again.
Everyone's on lunch. Can you just grab me?
Oh my god, just get Big Steve here now. He's only got to live by himself. Bye. Fucking PAs. Fuck's sakes.
You know what's the promotion in my beard? Well, you gotta get somewhere.